and welcome to Pumpkin's Nail Station. So today I've just decided to do a separate video of this. I was going to do it in the Candy Colours video, but as I was filming it in the video I realised that it was just going to make the video double the time and it might just be boring, when in actual fact it warranted its own video. Okay, because I wanted to try out buffing with it, how long it took to activate, did it double top coat and all that stuff. So we're going to do all that today. So we're going to try this with two Azure dipping powders. We're going to try it with red and black, so they are highly pigmented. It's a 2-in-1 base and top coat and activator set. This is $18.90 or $18.99. I do have a 10% off code and an affiliate link in the description box. But if you press the link and you see a better link on the website, use that. Seriously, save you money. It's cool. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to try this with these and see if it activates faster than using, say, these ones with it. Or is it the same? That's what I want to know. Because I did have a bit of an issue with activating these quickly. Like, it takes me about 10 minutes with the other liquids to get it to thoroughly activate where you can buff it. So I wanted to see if I could get this to do that in, say 3 to 5 minutes, see if it was faster and if it was better to use the same liquids as dipping powders. You could use this probably with other ones if it's better, but I just wanted to know. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video today. We're going to be finding out. So that is it. So I'm just going to get everything set up, take these out of the boxes, and we're just going to crack on. So if your video sounds like it's not a fully recorded video for this, that's why, because I filmed it in the middle of doing the Candy Colours, but I decided I wanted to do it separate. So the video is not too long, and you can just focus on what this product is, and it's not too confusing. So I'm going to be cutting it out of the Candy Colours and doing a separate video. So if it sounds weird, that's why. But just stick with me. I will explain and try a few things with this so you can see if it's worth getting. Okay, so I'll be back in a moment. Okay, right. So this is a 2-in-1 basing top dip liquid by Azure, and then this one is the activator. You may want to invest in a brush saver. I'm not sure if modelones have one, but I'll search the website. If I can find one, I'll link it below. But you can pick up loads, like, cheap here and there, but I would invest in one, especially for these heavily pigmented liquids, or make sure you take use of the brushes, the spare brushes. But then you would need a brush saver. So we're going to test this out. Why not? Because some of these products were slower activating, is all I can say on it. So we're going to give it a go. So we've got that. And we're going to test it on the black, because that is literally the darkest colour I think you can get, the most pigmented. I'm practicing my dip application and seeing what works best. I've always been scared of dipping. That's the edge of the brush, but it actually didn't go on too bad. But obviously, say something like this does happen, you can just get rid of anything that's on the edge, like so. And flatten it out, maybe get a bit more powder. Just flatten it out. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then we're going to go into the red, because that is another highly pigmented dip powder. So I'm just going to leave those to soak in a minute. till it feels like wettish, if you know what I'm saying. And then just brush off the excess with the brush that you get in most of these little dip kits. And we may need this for this stage. Okay, so we're going to go back into the black and do a second layer. And you see there, look, so you may just want to give it a little wipe at least before you put it back in your bottle. Okay, it goes. And then I like to just leave it in there a minute. Okay, so that looks good. I'm not going to do more than 2 layers, I don't think. But I might do a third just to really test it. And then just give it a little wipe. Right, yeah, I think we're really loading this up now, so that should be a pretty good test for those. And we'll give this one last dip. Okay, so this is the Azure Activator because they feel nice. I'm going to activate these and wait a couple of minutes and see what they feel like. Because look, this is what happens with that. So this is where you might need a brush saver, because you're not going to want to dip that back in there. So I would just dip that into my brush saver a minute, just to remove most of that black. And then I'm going to go into the red. And the red's not as bad. Okay, so I'm going to just give it a double activate just to make sure there's plenty on there. And do the same with this, just make sure there's plenty on it. Okay. I'm just dipping that into this brush saver a minute. And it will just clean up your brush, so you can pop it back in to here. So it's nice. So that's why I say it's good to have a brush saver. It doesn't have to be a fancy. Okay, right, so here we are. So we're going to put this under some pressure now and see, you know, with a coarse side, if it starts lifting or anything when I'm putting it under pressure. And it's not, it's absolutely fine. stick. So in general, that one's done okay. Let's try this one. So I think that is kind of passable. Okay, so now we're going to do this. There's my dusty brush. We're going to dust all this off, and then we're going to use this 2-in-1 top coat. Okay, right. Put that there. Okay, so I'm just going to let that dry. But overall, I think these were pretty decent liquids. They still did take a little bit of activating, don't get me wrong. But as you can see, I gave it a really good buff with a tough buffer like this. And it was fine for the most part. So yeah, I would use these liquids again. So let's just get... Okay, right, so we'll do a double top coat test with these. I'm glad I decided to do a separate video on this because I think it would have been a bit long doing it with the candy coat video, to be honest. But no, these double top coated are really good. Some dip top coats, I don't know whether you're going to agree with me, like when you try to double top coat a dip nail, it goes solid and hard. But overall, this kit's really nice. You saw for yourself that it actually filed okay. Because in the past I have struggled with activating Azure dip powders sometimes, especially the really dark ones. So I asked for these liquids to try with them, and actually it worked really well. But if you don't think it's activated enough for you, like I say, you can top coat it again after a couple of minutes and then do all your buffing and filing and shaping just like you would if you did a gel nail. You might add a base coat and then do all your buffing and stuff like that. You could do it that way if you don't want to sit waiting for ages because you're nervous that you might buff a hole into it. You could always just do that. That's an option as well, and it does work because I've tried it. So that's it on that video, and the candy coat video should also be up as well. The candy coat dip kit, so yay! They all should both go up together, and the glitter dip kit as well. So that's it. So thanks for watching. Oh, I didn't show you then. So that's what they look like. So you can see it did buff pretty smooth considering all the bumps and lumps that was in them. So yeah, I'm really pleased. So that was the review on the 2-in-1 Azure Beauty liquids with the Azure dip powders. That's probably not the best one to show you. With the Azure dipping powders. So that is it. So that the product link will be down below. I'll link a couple of Azure dip kits down below as well for you to have a look at. I do have a 10% off code. It's on the screen. It's pumpkins10. But again, like I say, if you press the links down below and you see a better link on the website, you can use that. Just save you money. That's it on that video. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye!